All right. Today is day 46. Hell yeah. Awesome. Day 46 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Yesterday was brutal. Day 45. Python has been getting the best of us, not gonna lie. Not for the faint of heart. So, I don't know if it's just how it's being presented. I also think it has to do with the fact that I keep starting the stream at, I don't know, 11:30 at night after I've been awake all day and I'm just exhausted and probably not all there, and yeah, so gets super interesting really quick. We didn't even make it through that whole section last night. But we're going to finish that off. Today probably won't be a super long stream, but the goal is to finish that section. Just because it's been brutal getting through Python. Yeah, see, we're 64% of the way through section, the first part of section 5, lists and dictionaries. So Python lists and dictionaries. We'll dive into that. And we are on section 10. I'm gonna jump back to part 1, not to go through everything, but as a refresher from last night. Okay, yeah. Introduction to list stuff, data types. That was fun. That was good. Gotlin. Check. Next. 2. Access by index. List indices beginning with 0, not 1, of course. For the usual, right? Right? Okay. Good. Green checks. Love it. Again, this is recapping last night. This was all the nonsense that I got to struggle through. Anyone who missed yesterday's stream, but we are continuing on. We're quickly making our way to section 10. This is just refresher nonsense. Zooming in. Were we? Oh, neighbor appending nonsense or swapping, slicing, printing specific ones. No. None of that. Late night arrivals and list length. Okay, ABCD, append D, ABC, append D, print letters, which there's now 4, and then it will print all 4 letters, such as blah. Good. Oh, my nose is freaking out. Keep it together. My face explodes. Oh, God. Hold it back. No sneezing. We don't want to infect the viewers. List slicing. Yeah. 1 through 3, which means it's skipping 0, which is really the first item. And then it's stopping before 3. So it's just items 2 and 3, or as the letters see it, 1 and 2, which would be B and C. Ta-da, yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Again, just kind of briefly highlighting what I trudged through in the wee hours of last night. 6. Slicing lists and strings. Good. More slicing nonsense. Love it. And maintaining order. Law and Order. Dun. No, not now. Oh yes, the Ducky Cobra fiasco. We all remember that. That was painful. Section 7. Bad times. Then let's see. The next one wasn't terrible. Yeah, print 2. 2 times the number. That one was pretty straightforward. I feel like 10, where we stopped, was still pretty straightforward, but my mind last night was just totally checked out. didn't even care anymore. More with 4. I can't remember. I know we got a green checkbox so we could go on to 10, but I think I made a change to the code that totally screwed it up for some reason. So I don't know if this is going to work. No, that worked. I must be having flashbacks of the previous Python section, probably 4. There was an R involved, right? I don't know. It was terrible. The whole thing was atrocious. Python's been really hit and miss. Like, the enjoyable stuff to learn, it's not that everything is super easy. I don't know if it's how it's presented. It's probably how it's presented, my understanding, but let's just assume their presentation is flawless, which is questionable. Take that with a grain of salt. And it's easier to assume that I'm the crazy person. You don't want to be sorting in every step in the loop. Sort once at the end. Good. Yes. Cool. Ephemeral. How you doing, though? Good to have you. Alright. What were we doing? We were reflecting. Oh, yeah. So we made it all the way to section 10 late last night, and then we threw in the towel. Because shit just got too real. I seem to be struggling with some parts of Python. Can't tell if it's their instructions, but we're going to assume I'm the issue, right? Good. But we've made it to 10, and we're just going to take it from the top. So I think I threw in some nonsense here about Python. It kept reading one or the other, but again, from the top. This next part is key. A dictionary is similar to a list, but you assess values by looking up a key instead of an index. A key can be any string or number. Dictionaries are enclosed in curly braces like so. D, dictionary equals, curly braces, key 1, key 2, different values, tons of fun. This is a dictionary called D with 3 key value pairs. The key 1 points to value 1, key 2, 2, and so on. Dictionaries are great for things like phone books, pairing a name with a phone number, login pages, pairing an email address with a username, and more. Already with the, although it was minimal sleep, I started the stream super late, continued to stay up after I stopped the stream. A bit of sleep, but now we're back at it. Definitely more clear-minded. I can already tell the issue here was that I wasn't using the key values to find them. At least I think. That's my general understanding from now. But let's look at the instructions. Print the values stored under sloth and Burmese Python keys. Accessing dictionary values by key is just like accessing list values by index. So I would do your code here, and we're going to reset the code. There's this, so clean slate. This is what they've provided us with. We take a look at the hint. As an example code, code has been provided that prints the value stored under the puffin key. Puffin should spit out 104, right? In fact, we'll run it. Ta-da! 104. Awesome. We're about to throw in our value. But anyway, as an example, code has been provided that prints out the value stored under the puffin key. The code on line 4, it will print 104. Do you see why? The code on line 4, yes, prints 104. We definitely see why. Check. Your code should be very similar, but should target the other 2 keys, sloth and Burmese Python. All right, so my code, print my code here, print. We've got residence, right? And we've got bracket, followed by bracket. And we're going to throw in sloth, although we definitely could have typed that out, comma, Burmese Python. Now, I don't know if I need a space or if I should be using a colon, but we're going to start with a comma and see what this gets us. Save and submit. Check again to make sure you spelled the key strings correctly. Let's close that. Let's take... I copied Burmese Python from down here in the hint section, although it seems to be the same spelling, but I'm going to try copying from up here. Same spiel. I'll even delete it. That's the Burmese Python from up here. I mean, if this had... Even if it was spelled incorrectly up here, as long as it's the same, it should bring up the same value, right? Save and submit. Still says make sure you spelled the key string correctly. If I comment out this. It doesn't like anything I'm doing. I'm gonna uncomment you. And we will do colon. No, we'll add a space. Comma space. Still nothing. Doesn't like that. We will do colon, which definitely doesn't make sense. Colon space. Still nothing. And oh. See, it prints 104 and 106. Okay. Try one at a time. Ah, you think, okay. I think the instruction, or pretty sure the webcam is blocking the instruction. Well, you know what? I can just copy it out. See, this is the nonsense they have in their hint section, which is just... See all this? Everything they do and say is so confusing. Print the other two keys. Like, the wording of it, it seems like it's supposed to be this. I know I'm probably crazy and misinterpreting it, but... Anywho. That's all. It's just, I feel like a lot of my confusion comes from less than clear instructions. Maybe it's so obvious to the person who made the course, but coming from ground zero, or square one, not as clear as they might realize. Alright, so let's clear out this. Chances are you are right that it needed to be individual, and look at that. Look at that. You were right. One at a time. In the wee hours of last night in total despair, I thought about potentially trying them individually. That was next on my to-do list eventually, but it just seemed so... Print the values stored under sloth and Burmese Python. Like, it's all right there. I don't know. Again, a lot of the stuff they present, but it's been not just the Python section, all of the sections through Codecademy have all been very... The pacing and the writing for the instructions, they definitely have multiple people writing all the courses, which makes sense, but still. Anywho, we digress. New entries. Let's do this. Like lists, dictionaries are mutable. Oh, interesting. This means they can be changed after they are created. Oh. Huh. One advantage of this is that we can add a new key value or a new key / value pairs to the dictionary after it is created, like so. All right, so we can append a dictionary, kind of like a list. That seems to be the general theme of this. Dictionary name, new key equals new value. An empty pair of curly braces is an empty dictionary, just like an empty pair of brackets is an empty list. The length, empty bracket, of a dictionary is the number of key value pairs it has. Each pair counts only once, even if the value is a list. That's right, you can put lists inside dictionaries. All right, super inception-y. We're way down the rabbit hole. Although still fairly straightforward. Instructions. Add at least 3 more key value pairs to the menu variable with the dish name as a string. For the key and the price, a float or integer as the value. Here's an example. So the key is a string, spam. The value is an integer or float. Okay. Blah, that. Hint, you will need to add at least 3 key value pairs. One has already been added on line 2. Check. One has already been added on line 2. Your code will follow the same format, but should create and assign different keys. Okay, it should create and assign different keys. So we can actually use this as a template. Copy. Your code here, add some dish pairs to the menu. Now, am I adding 3 or 2? They said they already added 1, but was that an example? A non... Add at least 3 more. Okay, so 3 more. So we got 1, 2, 3. Yes, nice. Chicken Alfredo. We've got pot roast. Yeah, love it. Pot roast. Fried chicken. And this is difficult. What to choose? I wasn't ready for this. You know what? While we think about a third item, let's put in some different prices. Pot roast. Jesus. How do they measure pot roast? By the ounce? I don't know. We're gonna do 17.43 just because that feels right. Feels right, Kyle. Feels right. And fried chicken, $12. $12. We're gonna do okay. Pizza. Yeah, fairly straightforward. A little generic, kind of vague, but it's the only thing under $10. At $9.57, obviously. Print. There are plus something string len menu on items. Print menu. Let's see what happens. $14.50. There are 4 items on the menu. Chicken Alfredo, $14.50. Pot roast, $17.43. Fried chicken, $12. Pizza, $9.57. Look at that. Look at that. People are getting fed, but they have to pay. Changing your mind. Because dictionaries are mutable, they can be changed in many ways. Items can be removed from a dictionary with the del command. Delete, we can only assume. Del, dictionary name, key name, will remove the key name and its associated value from the dictionary. A new value can be associated with a key by assigning a value to the key, like so. Okay, all right. That little bit, like this part, super clear. It's the assigning part. It just automatically knows, because does it do it by the one above it, or we'll see. Delete sloth and Bengal tiger items from zoo animals using del. Gotcha. Super delete. Set the value associated with rock hopper penguin to anything other than Arctic exhibit. Hint, check out the examples in the instructions if you need help. Not exactly a deep hint, rather straightforward, might I say. Key animal name, value, location. Okay. Zoo animals, unicorn, cotton candy house. Typical, right? Sloth, rainforest exhibit, Bengal tiger, jungle house, Atlantic puffin, Arctic exhibit, rockhopper penguin, Arctic exhibit. A dictionary or list declaration may break across multiple lines. Okay, so that's why it can start up here and track down these 4 lines, 5 lines. Removing the unicorn entry. Unicorns are incredibly expensive. True dat. You ever tried to buy a unicorn on eBay? I know I haven't. Delete zoo animals unicorn. Okay, so unicorns are now extinct because we deleted them, right? So your code here, what am I doing? I am deleting the sloth and Bengal tiger zoo animals using delete. I'm going to have 2 deletes, and then I will be setting the rockhopper penguin to anything other than Arctic exhibit. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. No whammies. Execute sloth. Sloth annihilated. Delete Bengal tiger. You sunk my Bengal tiger. All right, here we go. Here we go. The last one is, where to go? Setting the value associated. So we are going to take dictionary name, which would be zoo animals, Zaminals, if you're in a hurry. Zoo animals equals, no, yes, bad, zoo animals, key. We're looking for the key. The key is Puffin Life. HR Puffin stuff? That's from yesteryear. No. Okay, so we're gonna take Penguin Life. Do I take the string? I think I take the string, like in quotes. Yeah. Set the associated value with rockhopper penguin. Where the hell? Oh, rockhopper penguin, not Atlantic. Clearly, I don't know my penguins well enough. That's what Python has taught me. At the end of today's lesson, that's what we're walking away with, is you need to know more about penguins to learn Python. Okay, so rockhopper penguin, and then really struggling with this equals new value, anything other than Arctic exhibit. So we're gonna do jungle house, because we can. We probably don't need to use one of the ones listed up here, but for consistency purposes, why not, right? Why not? Now, again, I wonder if they need the... I think they do. The quotes, we're going to leave the quotes. We're going to leave the quotes, and we're going to hit fire. Fingers crossed. Hopefully these animals survive. Oh, green checkbox. Thank God. I was envisioning a truck full of animals and then me hitting start and just... We won't get into the graphic details, but it does not end well for the Bengal tiger or the rockhopper penguin at the end of that tragedy. So, you know. Good. They lived. So, next. Section 13. Let's do this. It is way easier to code when you are when you're not on the verge of passing out in front of your webcam at your desk. Yeah, so sleep helps. Penguins and sleep. That's the code to learning Python. It's a pro tip. Keep that in mind. Remove a few things. Sometimes you need to remove something from a list. Beatles. John, Paul, George, Ringo, Stewart. Oh my God. Come on, that's at least a little funny. Beatles remove Stewart. Oh, that actually almost makes last night a little more bearable. Okay. Print Beatles, John, Paul, George, Ringo. Yes, good. Not Stewart. The mythical fifth Beatle. No one remembers poor old Stewart. Alright, 1. We create a list called Beatles with 5 strings. Then we remove the first item from Beatles that match the string Stewart. Already blanking out. Note that .remove item does not return anything. Finally, we print out that list just to see that Stewart was actually removed. Remove dagger from the list of items stored in the backpack variable. Oh, mega hint. Wow. You can use the list functions with a list stored in a dictionary as follows. Dictionary name, list key, list function. You can use the list function with a list stored in dictionary. That's just a general tip. This should help you delete dagger from the list stored under the backpack key. You can see .remove on the list just like you can on dictionaries. I think all they're trying to convey, again, it's probably blocked off, but is the fact that here you attach at the end of the dictionary and the list key is .list function. I think they're just saying you do the same thing with .remove in parentheses. Like, I don't know. Usually they don't put in any effort, and here they put in way too much effort about nothing. So, that's alright. That's alright. Still funny for the Stewart thing. So, remove dagger from the list of items stored in the backpack variable. Beatles equal blah blah blah. Backpack equals blah blah blah. Beatles remove Stewart. So, backpack dot remove dagger. I was almost going to type Stewart. Hey, Stewart. Dagger. Right? And print backpack. And you know what? Maybe that was celebratory singing. Let's save and submit. What happens? Boom, dagger free. Now we can get through customs at the airport. Right? Right. No daggers, but you can bring a xylophone, a tent, and a loaf of bread onto a plane. These are facts. Next lesson. And lastly, section 14, which we noticed yesterday was, oh god, smacking the mic, was it's dangerous to go alone. Take this, the Legend of Zelda reference from the original game. Right? Super awesome. Okay, let's go over a few last notes about dictionaries. My dictionary, fish, C-A-R-P, cash, negative $4,000, luck is good. I don't know if that actually counts as good luck if you have negative $400 and alphabetical fish that are out of order. That seems like the opposite of good luck, to be quite honest. So, but you know, to each his own. One, in the example above, we create a dictionary that holds many types of values. The key fish has a list. The key cash is an integer, and the key luck has a string. Finally, we print the letter C. When we assess a value in the dictionary, like my dictionary fish, already blanking out, we'll have to read 3 again, we have direct access to that value. So we can access the item at index 0 in the store. Yeah, I'm just going to reread 3 again, because this is all nonsense. 3. Finally, we print the letter C. When we access a value in the dictionary, like my dictionary fish, okay, my dictionary fish, we're accessing a value, we have direct access to that value. So we can access the item at index 0 in the list stored by the key fish. Okay, so when we just, if you were to run into a store and yell, my dictionary fish, everyone would inherently know that you're talking about C, because that's the first thing in the list of potential fish values, right? That's normal. People run into stores shouting things all the time. Okay. I mean, maybe not all the time, not like an established grocery store, but, you know, maybe your local 7-Eleven in the wee hours of the morning. People yell stuff randomly. Back on track. Instructions. 1. Add a key to inventory called pocket. 2. Set a value of pocket to be a list consisting of the string seashell, strangeberry, lint. 3. Sort the items in the list stored under the backpack key. 4. Then remove dagger from the list of the items stored under the backpack key. Someone snuck the dagger back into our bag. Not cool. They're plotting against us. 5. Add 50 to the number stored under the gold key. Hint, you can use the list function with a list stored in a dictionary as follows: dictionary list key dot list function. This is the same hint from the last section 13. I realize it's the same process. It's far more applicable here, I feel, than the last one, but come on, guys, right? Dropping the ball on creativity. This should help you delete dagger from the list of items stored under the backpack key. You can use .remove on list just like you can on dictionaries. Inventory. What up? Gold, 50. Pouch life. Flint, twine, gemstone. All good things to have. Backpack, xylophone, dagger, bedroll, bread loaf, towel, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. Did I drag this down? No, did I? I didn't do. No, okay. Sometimes when you highlight stuff, you can drag it and it gets all messy. I do that frequently, but not to worry. Code still intact. So that's our inventory. Hashtag adding a key burlap bag and assigning a list to it. Inventory, burlap bag, apple, small ruby, 3, code, sloth. Someone's keeping a whole 3-toed sloth in their bag with an apple and a ruby. PETA's not going to be happy about that. Sorting the list found under the key pouch, inventory pouch. Your code here. Wow. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on. There's all these directions, just... There's a lot happening. Let's do this piece by piece. Shall we? Shall we begin? Instruction 1. Add a key to inventory called pocket. We's about to get key. I think. I'm already drawing a blank and quite nervous on adding said inventory. Pretty sure it's death. It's just like appending something. This is bad. I'm going back. Nervous. Can't do it. Can't do it. Need to get a running start. Going all the way back to 10. We added something somewhere. That was finding stuff. That was finding stuff. Next. 11. Did we add anything? Menu, chicken Alfredo. Each of those add something? Well, one advantage is that we can add new key / value pairs. So I can just add a new key, although I'll be adding a new key. So it's that. Menu the key equals blah. Okay. Okay. Copy. Right. Right. So 11 and 12 are our friends where we can learn to do stuff. And 13. 11 is add, 12 and 13 is delete / update, modify stuff. We're using all those fun tools, fun facts to complete 14. Your code here. We're going to add in all this. So, okay, that was the other thing. Looks scary, but again, this is a normal dictionary or just an expansive list of things. Each key has a value, and that's one item in the dictionary. So the key is fish, the value is all that noise. C through P, comma, first item done. Key, cash, value, blah. I'm adding to that. Here we go. We've got inventory, right? New key is, what are we adding? We are adding pocket. Pocket. What is it from Bob Ross? Is it Petey the Pocket Squirrel? You know, the squirrel when he's painting? You know what I'm talking about. Probably not. He's got all kinds of critters. But there is a frequent squirrel that he has. And it's pocket-sized. And he, yeah. So, good. Back to Python. Obscure references. Coming in hard this stream. So, there's no value for pocket. Oh, son of a... Yeah, there is. 2. Add inventory called pocket. Or add a key to inventory called pocket. Set the value of pocket to be a list consisting of said string. Now we get stringy. Oh. Crap. Here we go. So it's the same thing here. Add a key, add a list, blah, blah, blah. Drop that in. Get rid of and. Dee. Block off at lint. And we will drop a bracket in here. Nice, nice. Do. 3. Dot sort the items in the list stored under the backpack key. What? Hold the phone. Dot sort the items in the list stored under the backpack. We're going to go backwards. Backpack key. Backpack key. Under the list stored. Sort the items. So yeah, inventory pouch sort. So I'm just gonna copy and we're gonna do a backpack version. Copy. How did that not work? Backpack. Backpack. 4. Remove dagger from the list of items stored under the backpack key. Okay, okay. We will remove that, but first, add 50 to the number stored under the gold key. Add 50. Oh. We're going to do step 5 first, and this is going to be gold. $50. That's an Along Came Polly reference. Someone will figure it out. All right. We left off on 4. Remove dagger from the list of items stored under backpack. I want to do backpack remove dagger. Backpacking. Does that seem right? Does that feel right? I want to say yes. Should we check or just trust our gut? Aha. So like so. This is what we're going to do. So dot list function. Wait. Copy. Dictionary name. Inventory. Nope. No DuckTales. Not yet. You can celebrate with DuckTales theme song after. Or Inspector Gadget. Whatever we're inspired by. Inventory first. List key item. Backpack. Remove. Remove. Dagger. Copy. Blah. 1 dot. Aha. Look at this. Here goes. Here goes nothing. right? Everything seems good, mostly. Hopefully we don't break the internet, and fire away. Death. Make sure to add 50 the gold total. Ooh. Okay. All right. Gold. I'm gonna go on a limb. There's a couple things I want to try. Plus 50? No. Plus space 50? No. And that's okay. I'm not expecting these to work. Except for gold 50, right? Gold plus 50? Maybe? Following error name is not defined. We were so close. Okay. So that's all right. That is okay. Add 50 to the number stored under gold key. The other option is get rid of that. I don't know why it would just be aimless in the world. I feel like it needs... Like, why would there just be a plus 50 floating around out in space? Gold. Alright, we will look the forums. Dun, 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 dun. Gold is 500. Gemstones, twines, blah blah blah. The file has been truncated. Show original. Oh, inventory gold equals inventory gold plus 50. Fascinating. That does seem to make sense. Plus equals 50. Could go either way. Let's, I see plus equals 50 again, or maybe that's... I don't know. I kind of like that version better. It very well may be the plus. The easiest to set up will be the plus first, because this will clear it right out of the way. Huh. Well, that's what we needed. Da 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 da. Python lists and dictionaries. Super closed. Well, super success. Now we're going to close it. Up next, a day at the supermarket. Let's manage our own supermarket and buy some goods along the way. Soon become the teacher. Use what we've learned so far to manage your own class. Huh. You know, if there's time. I don't think we're at that stage yet. So there's 13 for tomorrow. We're going to save this bit for tomorrow. Before we begin our exercise, we should go over Python for loop one more time. For now, we are only going to go over the for loop in terms of how it relates to lists and dictionaries. We'll explain more We'll explain more cool for loops uses in later courses. We're going to leave it at that. A taste for what's to come tomorrow. 42% of the way through. Always a good place to be at. And let's take a look. 495 points. Viewing the profile. 71 badges. 46 days down. Continuing on. 46 days. So there's only, well, now there's 19. But 19 more days to go until we have 300 days left, or 319 days, but still pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to close out of these, and then we are going to close out the stream. Successful day. Day 46. Didn't end in tears. We're going to count that as a win. All right. Until tomorrow, you know where to find me from now till the end of the year. Right here. The year of streaming and learning to code. Hell yeah. Sure you want to kill the stream? Kill it.